Hello friends and enemies, come with me on day 3 of my trip to Switzerland. That morning, Summer decided to summer because we all woke up with mosquito bites. Once we ruled out it was not bed bugs, we took an Uber over to our hotel we were staying at with EF Ultimate Break, and then headed over to Lake Zürich to go to one of the outdoor pools that was along the lake. I didn't want to go swimming because it was only like 70 degrees out, which wasn't like swimming weather for me, but they did serve food at the pool, so we decided to have a little brunch moment. And unfortunately, I did get a splinter in my foot, so I decided to head back to the hotel to try to get that situated. When I got back, our rooms were ready, and we found out that we all had individual rooms for this trip, which was a huge slay on EF's part because most of the time on their trips you're usually paired up with a roommate. So after filming a little room tour and failing to get the splinter out of my foot, someone told me to try to put a pimple patch on it, so I did that and got changed because we were about to officially start the brand trip with a walking tour and meeting the rest of the EF team. So we have Sarah, who's the associate creative director, Mary Grace, the videographer, Simone, our tour director, Ariel, the head of social media, Callie, the social media specialist from Owala, who is actually collaborating with us on this trip and gifting us 2 water bottles, Rasheen, the community marketing specialist, and Sally, the market development specialist. After the intros, we headed off on our walking tour courtesy of the Zurich tourism board. I really love going on walking tours because it kind of gives you context of all of the beautiful sights that you're seeing. And the old town of Zurich is so pretty, and it was kind of fun to like go to places that I had gone the previous day and be like, oh, I know that. Now I know why it's like that. And like with all EF tours, after our first walking tour, we did our welcome dinner. It was at this really nice restaurant called Rooftop, which had Asian fusion food. And I was kind of like, wow, I didn't have to make it that far into my trip to Europe right now to actually eat Asian food. And not gonna lie, it was not that bad considering we were in Switzerland. I realized I didn't have any footage from this, but some of us tried to go out to a bar afterwards. We did find one bar, so Jess and I kind of stayed there and had one drink and then decided to go back to the hotel. But once I got back to the hotel, it kind of took a turn for the worse. Remember that splinter I mentioned before that I put a pimple patch on? Yeah, well, when I took the pimple patch off, the splinter did not come out and it was hurting like a bitch. I asked reception for a needle to try to take it out, but that was not working. I soaked my foot in my bathroom sink and FaceTimed my family to help me out, but that was not working either. So at 3 a.m., my family and I made the executive decision that I should go to the hospital to get it taken out. Once the hotel receptionist got me a taxi, I went over to the nearest hospital. I did my paperwork and paid for my bill before I even got seen by a doctor. He was very kind and gentle and was explaining everything he was doing to me in English. Long story short, he successfully got the splinter out and I took an Uber at 4 a.m. back to my hotel with a pair of crutches. Like and follow for day 4.